I walked these halls, I was in these classes. I've had a pretty successful career, and so if there's any tidbits or perspectives or lessons learned that I can share that are helpful, so I'm happy to do that. And so, I've found this idea of what you learn at Purdue is really about how to think. Sometimes you get so consumed in putting all this stuff in your head so you can regurgitate it, and that's not really about that part, because the things that you're learning 10, 15, 20 years, there'll be some new technology or some new application, but it's really teaching you how to think and how to problem solve. And so that's one of the messages I've been repeating over the time that I've been here. And then the social skills, so whether you're an RA or you're just a student interacting with a wide range of people here on this campus, and so building that capability to work with different types of people. And a term I like to use in my organization is to leverage the collective intelligence of the group. And so learning how to do that in a multifaceted, diverse place like Purdue is a really powerful skill. So those are two things that I've left. And then what I've tried to learn is just kind of putting myself back to how things were when I was here a long time ago. And many things are the same, but things are different. These young people are very serious, very studious, very ambitious, maybe not social in the same way that we were. So technology, I think, changes the way young people interact. I don't know, some of that's good, but some of that's maybe not good. So it's just some different perspective that I have to think through as a person that leads a company and that attract people of this age range to come and work for us. I got a chance to sit in on some classes. So they didn't change the class structure, left this class as is, and I just observed and sat with some of the teams, and it was interesting. I was able to interject some of the work that they were doing real time, and I was able to give them a real life example of something that I was doing with my executive team that looked exactly like what they were doing. And it wasn't planned that way. It just, as they were talking, I said, guys, I just did this with my team about 6 weeks ago, and was able to take the team through that. Sat with some different student groups, sat and taught a class, had dinner with residence hall counselors and leaders. We've done a number of things. Did a case study, a diversity case study last night with a small group. So it's been fun. So in larger settings, like in a classroom, or explaining or talking about my career, or answering questions, or participating in a class setting, or in something even smaller over dinner or over lunch to just kind of chat and share my experiences. So it's been pretty active. I went and watched basketball practice and had a chance to talk to a couple of players. A lot of fun.